All righty. Welcome to the May 24th, 2021 Jamestown Rotary meeting. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America,
to
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Repeat after me, the four-way test. Of all the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
And will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Please welcome Sue Jones, who will give our invocation.
Each of us in our own way, will you please join me and bow your heads? Creator and sustainer, we are thankful for this day that you have given us, for its blessings, its opportunities, and its challenges. May we appreciate and use each day that comes to us. We pray for strength and guidance for each day as it comes, for each day's duties, and for each day's problems. May we be challenged to give our best always, and may we be assured of your presence with us. Amen.
Amen.
Let's welcome visiting Rotarians and guests. Do we have any, is there anybody on that hasn't been in a while? Joel Kiefer's with us today. Unfortunately, Joel does not have a microphone nor a camera, so I hope he's still with us, but his face is here. Linnea Carlson, our speaker, is with us. Welcome.
Thank you.
Glad you're here. I don't see any other visitors. So Barb Horgan was there, and Marissa, I want to say Torme, Troxel is with us, so that's great. And we'll move on to welcome Stacy Hannon, who will tell us her Rotary why.
Oh, like right now?
Yes. Why not?
Yes, I will. Okay, becoming a Rotarian has been one of the best things I've done for my personal life and of course for my career as well. Back in 2002, I was working as an account executive at WHUG, WKSN, and the Fox. And our general manager at that time, some of you folks might know, is Dan Fisher. And we were having a sales meeting, and he summoned all of us to join a service club to help out in the community and just be a present with the radio stations and Rotary. I was chosen to be in the Sertoma Club. And my coworker, she was chosen to be at the Rotary Club. So when she came back to the office that Monday afternoon, she had the lunch, she enjoyed that, but she really didn't like Rotary as well as what I would like. I'm a little more, you know, and a little more energetic. And she also did not like the singing. And she was telling me about all the everything that happened at the Rotary meeting, like giving monies out and getting people up at the mic. And she was really nervous about that. And I apparently am not. So anyways, so I was intrigued with everything that she was telling me. And so I went to Dan Fisher's office and I asked him if I could check out the Rotary Club. Since the other account executive was not interested in Rotary. After I researched Rotary quite a bit, I assured Dan that this was exactly the service club I wanted to be a part of. Little did I know about Rotary at that time. I just showed up in a meeting without a sponsor. And thank goodness I knew Sharon Hamilton. We attended the same church and she took me under her wings. She helped me with the process of becoming a member. Becoming a Rotarian actually changed my life. I became a different person by being around all of you Rotarians. I gained confidence, friendships. I discovered other countries through the youth exchange programs. Our family was hosted 2 students. One was from Japan and one was from New Zealand. That was a wonderful experience for my family. And Olivia Wright from New Zealand and her mother came to visit Jamestown in 2019. It was such a joy to have them with us for a few days. And Olivia's Facebook page, I am listed as her mom. I have a daughter from the other side of the world. When I started dreaming about starting a community newspaper, the first people I talked to was all of you. I had the support and guidance from so many of you. When you pick up the Jamestown Gazette each week, you will be able to see the contribution I have received from our club Rotarians. I have a wonderful memories with our theme parties. I miss those so much. But I think that really brings our group together, and not only just us, but we bring the community into a lot of our fundraisers and even just our fun parties. I chaired many of those events with fun-loving Rotarians. I believe that these events can all get back to normal very, very soon. I'm looking forward to that. But so here we go. The Rotary Y brought me to the Jamestown Club because a general manager at the radio station wanted his employees to give back to the community through a service club. I have been a Rotarian for 19 years, and I'm looking forward to the next 19 years. Thank you so much. And I love all of you, truly. I would not be the person today if I had not been in Rotary.
And you know that Dan Fisher is now a huge Rotarian.
Yes, he's in the Buffalo Club.
Yes.
And he bought his own radio station.
Yes.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was very nice, Stacy.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's move into announcements. Let's recognize our Rotary Yours recorder today is Eric Harvey. And let's move on to committee chair. Any committee chair announcements first?
An update for the vocational committee. I did speak with Jamestown High School today, and it's not confirmed yet, but we're hoping to do mock interviews the 3rd or 4th week of October in the fall semester. It really all depends on what the school schedule will be. So I'm going to be reaching out to my contact there at the end of August to confirm, but more details to come.
Wonderful. And Ruth, you have something to add maybe about this past weekend?
I sure do.
I'm going to share a picture while you're talking. Okay, Ruth. Wait, Ruth, you're muted.
Okay, I shouldn't be, but okay. Sorry about that. I wanted to thank the, like I say, Doug and Lynn and Scott Sawyer of the AM Club for helping to organize the cleanup on Saturday. And big thanks to Mary and Diana and Lou Meckley and Matt Hagberg, Joni, Melissa, Kevin and Ben Sixby, Tori, Jane Conroe, and Tuan and Jason Leenders, and then 6 people from the AM Club. So we had in all 9 members there, 6 guests, 2 of them under 16, and 7 from the AM club. And Jane Conroe was able to give us a trash summary. We picked up an equivalent of 38 kitchen trash bags, size containers. The most abundant item was cigarette butts, followed by plastic bottle caps and beverage cans. But things that we couldn't put into bags were 4 tires that Melissa was able to get out, 1 motor that Joni dragged out, and 2 5-gallon plastic buckets of window glass that Ben and Kevin picked up. So, and then 15 feet of sheathing, wire sheathing, and lots of metal. So we felt like we got lots of stuff out, and we partnered with Dan Stone in the city of Jamestown, Hands-On Jamestown Neighborhoods. They helped provide materials, and the Conowongo Creek Watershed Association and Chautauqua Lake Consortium Watershed Cleanup, we partnered with them. So I thought it was a really great event. Thanks for everybody who showed up, and I think we made a difference.
There'll be more pictures being put up hopefully on our Facebook page, and maybe Chris might put those up on our website. I sent them to him, but it was a nice day, and it didn't take very long. It worked out real great.
You need to get those pictures up to district.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be communicating with Governor Frank anyway.
Okay.
So I'll do, yeah. Kathy Birch brought something to my attention. Kathy, did you want to talk about it?
Sure. I'm not sure if you saw the article in the Post-Journal about the big smiling face on the barn, you know, coming into Frewsburg, but that was Misty Johnson's husband, Travis.
Ah.
Yeah. Thought so.
Yeah. He's not his pictures.
Yeah, he's an artist by trade too, you know. He was, and so he's been doing that since 1982 and had to retire. He's been ill for quite a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that was Misty's husband. I just wanted everybody to know.
Wonderful. Misty's smiling on us every day.
Yes, she is.
Hey, David Troxel wants to tell us about a community need with the Tarp Skunks baseball team. Go ahead, David.
Well, I sort of made this pitch to a lot of you that were the early birds to the meeting. So I just want to say a few things about Tarp Skunks and Jamestown and Rotary. I mean, one of the reasons I live in Jamestown, and I could choose probably to live anywhere because I live abroad half the year, but one of the reasons I live here is just because of the community and what we do here, and that sense of like rebuilding Jamestown and what's going on. And of course, there's Chautauqua Lake and there's Chautauqua Institution, and there's some great things around here, but there's also the baseball team. And for years, that was a baseball team that was owned by professional teams. And about a year and a half ago, 30 people like you in Jamestown stepped forward and raised a lot of money to buy the franchise, so that baseball is now owned by Jamestown. We have our own team here. The league we play in is called the Perfect League. It's college, and we recruit from all over America. We have a great team coming up. We got started last year, and we had to stop, of course, so that was a disappointment. But the main thing here is just community, and it's a community thing that we can do together as people in Jamestown. You can meet people there, you meet the mayor there, you have a great time. You can get in for $5. So I'm sort of talking about filling the stadium. And I know that that's important because it costs money to make this thing go together. And one of the things about that is visibility. You know, you'd be stunned at the number of people in Jamestown that don't even know we have a baseball team. So part of that visibility, which is cheap and I can be part of, are these yard signs. And these lawn signs will be ready probably at the end of this week. And I'm only getting about 60 of them for my share this first time round, but I'd really like to find 50 people that would love to display these in their yards for the season, which is June and July. So the game opener is June 10th, and we wrap it up at the end of July, unless we're in the playoffs. In the last few seasons, we've been the champion baseball team. And we really need to work on attendance and trying to get people enthusiastic about this, because I know that when people come out, they really love it. It's one of those things that, you know, starts at 7:05 in the evening and there's always something else you think you need to do. So you get down there, and when you do get down there, you're really happy you did it. So I'm going to have about 50 or 60 of these, and I'll probably have them in my garage over on Harding Avenue, and we'll see if we can get those handed out to some caring Rotarians who can display those in their front yards for the season. And I don't know if you want to contact me by email and say, yes, I want to sign. That would be a nice thing, and I'll probably, so that might be the best thing. You have any other suggestions, Joni?
No, you can email David J. Troxel
at hotmail.com. Hotmail.com, but you know, just go to your Rotarian webpage. I'm in there. Yeah. So, but yeah, be sure you don't forget about this, because it's just, I think it's important, and let's make it a good thing.
Go Tarp Skunks.
Okay, that's my pitch.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought I'd let you all know that I've been in contact with the DoubleTree, and it looks like we can start back on June 7th, and it's going to be a buffet style lunch. They're open up for that. So we don't have to worry about menus. We don't have to worry about all that plating stuff. I imagine we can easily pay coming in. It sounds like they're not going to need reservations, but I'm going to nail that down for sure and let you know. But if you're ready to get back in person on June 7th, we're going to be ready to go, I think. If you have an objection, you need to tell me ASAP. But other than that, we're going to start moving ahead with it. Okay? All right. It's going to be every week, because people can't keep track. Half here and half there. And no, it's every week. Which means our President's Dinner is going to happen in person this year. Last Monday night, the 28th, I think, of June. I may have that date wrong. And we'll probably do it at the DoubleTree, just because there's so much change going on. But I just want to give you a heads up on that. Another thing, the board met last Friday, and we voted, because Lindsay Allday resigned from the club, that meant obviously she's resigning from the board. We have voted Melissa Myers on as a director. Welcome, Melissa. She'll start after July 1st. And Maria Kinberg is coming on the board, and she will be our new treasurer.
Oh,
that's wonderful.
Yep, she stepped up. We're so proud.
Thank you, Maria.
And then after July, of course, you have already voted on Kirk Young and Ruth Lundin, who is our president-elect starting July 1st. So we're all set to roll after July 1st for Kevin's year. It's very exciting. Another thing that the board voted on just recently by email, and it has to go through the vision committee, and it has to go through, it went through the vision committee. It's now gone through the regular board, and then it goes to the RCJCSF Foundation board. District Governor Frank asked every club in District 7090 to support oxygen converters expense to be sent to India as soon as possible. They average $10,000 a piece. We're not giving $10,000, but we're collaborating with the clubs in the district, and we're going to give $500. So if you want to personally give to that project, you can do so by contacting District Governor Frank Adamson, and it goes through the Rotary Foundation. So you know your money is going where it needs to go. Just so you know, that's what's happening. But it still has to be approved by the board. That's all I have from my end. Are there any other announcements?
Just a reminder, the golf tournament scheduled for August 30th. That's a Monday. And reservation forms and sponsor forms have been emailed out.
Okay. Sherry just put the link for Happy Bucks and donations in. You guys have been good at that, and we're looking pretty good, actually. The budget is short a few thousand, but it's not because you're not giving. You're meeting your needs there. And yes, Kathy, we are going to do a test with the Zoom for the meeting. Prior to June 7th, I may ask you all to pop on just for a test drive from the DoubleTree, because we're going to offer this meeting as a hybrid. So if you're not comfortable getting in person, or you've got something come up at work and you can't leave your desk, but you want to go to the meeting, you can still come in just like you are right now. So we'll do a little test drive beforehand to make sure that all works. Did I miss any other chats?
Joni?
Doesn't look like. Yeah.
I'm going to get down to the DoubleTree with Greg, and we're going to return. I have all the flags here at home, and I will get into the box and make sure that our computer is charged.
I have the computer.
Wonderful. Are you
yeah,
charged
laptop
today?
Lisa Goodell and I are going down Wednesday afternoon. I'm going to meet with Louise and sign the contract for the lunches. And Lisa and I need to look in the big box anyway, because I have to get some plaques out, because we have some new members that don't have their plaques, and we have some new members who don't have their pins. So I need to get all those distributed.
Do you have a key?
No, that's why Lisa's coming down to meet me.
Well, now listen, one is taped to the front left-hand corner underneath the box.
Okay.
And don't
That's a secret.
Don't lose it.
That's a secret.
Anybody steal the box, okay?
Well, don't lose it, because my keys are still someplace lost. And so I know
you have a
duplicate them.
Yeah, I have a tendency to lose those. All right, we're wasting time. Excuse me. All right, so we got a few minutes for happy bucks. Anybody have a happy buck they want to give?
Greg has 3 happy bucks. I have 3 happy bucks. The first one is on Wednesday, I am going to get my new boat. It's not really a boat, it's a pontoon thing, but probably works better for me getting on with legs. So that's exciting. The second happy buck is for Vince Horgan, who's going to help me get me down to the marina and then help me get it on the lift. And the third happy buck, and the most important, is that at this meeting, my wife was smiling. That's my happy buck.
Wonderful. Okay, who's next? Go on, Sue.
I have $5 because Greg is playing taps in the middle of the lake for the dedication of the ferry. And I believe that's on Memorial Day. So if you're out and about, get up here, see the fireboats with all the spray in the water, and listen to taps, and we're formally dedicating the ferry.
Wonderful.
And then I have $15. One for every pound I've lost so far.
Wow, that's fantastic.
That's it.
Okay, any other happy bucks?
I'll throw in a few happy bucks. I'm happy because we have 3 additional Rotarians who aren't members of the Literacy Committee, who are going to be part of our next Rotary Classic radio show. And that's McGee and Molly. It's Randy Sweeney and Sue Jones and Greg Jones are joining us. So that should be fun. And I'm also going to put a happy buck for being a new hearing aid wearer. So I just got my hearing aids, and now I can hear consonants, and I don't have to guess what my husband is saying half the time.
You're a brave woman. Good for you, Diana.
Wonderful.
I know that our Melissa Myers is very involved with the Art Trail project that's coming up over Memorial Day weekend around the lake. Look it up on the internet or Facebook or wherever, but it sounds like it's going to be a great event, and a lot of her artwork is being featured through that art trail. All right.
Tony, I'll give 2 happy bucks. One, because I got the rodent out of my house and I'm thrilled. And my second happy buck is I'm having fun with my new birthday present that Andy got me. I have now my own chainsaw. Very excited.
And one more from Vince here.
on Saturday, this Saturday, from 2 to 5, I will officially be a captain on the USS Ferry as it goes from Stowe to Bemis. I'm working on navigation for that. And on Sunday from 11:30 to 2:30, over in Stowe is a chicken barbecue, all fundraisers because we've got the ferry back in shape after 3 years of extensive maintenance, and what an exciting time.
How's the uniform coming along, Vince?
It's coming right along. I'll let you know when it fits.
Okay.
I'll share.
Joanna.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Joanna, go ahead.
My happy bucks are going to be for being out on the lake for the first time this year. It's our 33rd year in our boat, and we got to sit over at Sandy Bottom 1 off Wells Bay Road and watch an eagle go back and forth to the tree there. It was amazing, just amazing. And also happy bucks for the ferry because actually on Friday at 4 o'clock is a ceremony which I'm able to participate in as part of the chamber and bringing my big scissors again. And so I'll throw in some happy bucks for that as well. Had a wonderful week and probably should have a few more happy bucks in there for the God-given great weather we've had.
Yes. Becky.
Well, Lisa reminded me I got to use for the first time yesterday my wedding present, my Christmas present, which was a weed whacker. So I had a lot of fun whacking weeds yesterday. And another happy bucket, we are going to visit our daughter in Long Island to get a wedding dress. So,
ooh.
Yeah, our youngest.
Good. All right. We're going to move into the program. So please welcome Tori Ergang, who will introduce our speaker today.
Hi, everyone. So this is the last of the sort of environmental and nature-related speakers that we put together for the month of May. But certainly we've saved the very best for last in Linnea Carlson. Linnea is she oversees the Jamestown Public Market, which is under the umbrella of St. Luke's Episcopal Church. Linnea is a very good sport who she goes where the market takes her, and that is where it took her last year. And so Linnea has probably the greatest expertise in food systems of anyone I have ever met. And she is extremely passionate about access to local and healthy food that is affordable and physically nearby. And because of that, she was instrumental in starting the Jamestown Mobile Market a few years ago. And she has a degree and a background in social work, and she has worked for the Salvation Army and at the Chautauqua County Health Network. We share that as a prior employer, both of us. And in doing that, she coordinated a grant called Creating Healthy Schools and Communities, I think. So without further ado, here is Linnea.
I have to interrupt for just a moment. Linnea, do you need to share your screen?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you, host.
Thank you. So thank you. Oh, wonderful. I see it right there. So thank you so much for that. And thank you, Tori, for that wonderful introduction. That was very kind. And I'm just super excited to be here today and share with you all the wonderful work that we're doing under the Jamestown Public Market, and specifically talk to you about the newest programs that we've taken over, the Grow Jamestown initiatives. And many of you might be familiar with those already, but there's a lot that falls under the Grow Jamestown initiative. And so I'm really excited to share with you what we got going on, especially now that it's spring and things are finally starting to pop out of the ground, and it's a wonderful thing. So let me share my screen here and we'll get into it. Okay, could everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Great. So once again, as Tori said, we are a program under the umbrella of St. Luke's Episcopal Church, and this has really given us a lot of opportunity to connect with the community in a way that we really didn't have before, but we still remain very happy and collaborative partners with our previous home, the Jamestown Renaissance Corporation. And so in 2020, we moved over to the church and have expanded our programming since then. So for those of you who might not be familiar exactly with everything that we do, because we have the public market, which is our traditional farmers market, the mobile market, and now the Grow Jamestown initiatives, we look at ourselves as a food system organization. And with that, our mission is to build Jamestown's local food system. And I like to say the food system covers food's journey from dirt to dirt. So the moment that that seed is planted in the ground to the moment that hopefully it's turned back into dirt through the compost process, and every step it takes in between. And we accomplished that by promoting locally raised goods and crafted foods and goods, encouraging our community to live a healthy, nourishing lifestyle, however that may look for them, and then offering related educational and economic opportunities, because there is a lot of opportunity for small businesses, entrepreneurs, and our community at large to benefit from the food system and investing in it. So today I'm going to start off by diving deep into our GROW programs. And I was super excited to hear that you guys are doing a focus on the environment and nature, because it's something that so many of us take for granted. I know I do. You know, we're so busy that often we don't have time to stop and smell the roses, you know? And so the cool thing about the Grow Jamestown program is that it's an opportunity for us to really educate our community on how exciting it is to grow something, but also the benefits that that has. And so Grow Jamestown was an initiative of the Jamestown Renaissance Corporation. And in 2020, they went through some restructuring during the COVID pandemic and approached us and said, you know, we really love these programs and we want to continue to support them, but we don't have the capacity to do it at this time. But, you know, the work that you're doing with the food systems, you know, would you be interested in taking this on? And we were enthusiastic about that and said, absolutely yes, because it fits right into our mission, because it's all about growing. And so we were just very excited to work with them to take over the management of these programs. And so the biggest program that falls under Grow Jamestown is our community garden program. And these were started in 2014, thanks to a grant with the Chautauqua County Health Network called Live, Work, and Play. And under that grant, there was established 3 community gardens. And I'm sure many of you have either visited or drove by them. And so we have 3 that are located along the corner of Lakeview and 6th. And then there's 2, so we have 3 total, excuse me. So 1 on the corner of Lakeview and 6th, and then 2 that are on the corner of Washington and 8th. And so we have 36 garden plots total. These are 12 by 4 garden beds. And we rent out 30 of those plots to community members who are interested in gardening. So many of our gardeners are experienced gardeners, but they simply don't have the space to garden like they want to in their homes or apartments. Or we also have a lot of community gardeners that are brand new to gardening. Especially we saw last year with the COVID pandemic, you know, everyone got a new hobby. And so it was exciting to see individuals decide to take on gardening as that hobby. And then 6 of our plots are what we deem community plots. And this is something that we started new this year that JRC did not do. But we're looking for those plots to be similar to what's called a grow to give garden. So we work with different community organizations and volunteers to manage those plots and plant vegetables, herbs, and other edible items that we can then distribute to the community. a large concern that we've seen with the gardens is individuals do take a lot of the produce once it's grown. And we encountered a lot of families who just communicated to us, I didn't know I couldn't take it, and you know, our family is hungry, or we didn't know where to get something in a time of need. And so we decided to address that by creating these community plots. And so we have 4 groups this year that we're working with to manage those community plots. That's the Resource Center, the Jamestown Justice Coalition, Aspire of Western New York, and St. Luke's First Presbyterian Youth Group. And so any community member is welcome to help us manage those plots. And that includes weeding, but also, you know, watering. And so we're quite excited to have the community see the fruits of all of that labor. We're also proud to say that this is the first year that all of the plots have either been rented out or planted in. And so we're quite excited about that as well. So if you guys are interested in volunteering at the community gardens, or even just, you know, going to hang out, I like to take my lunch break there. Anyone's welcome to enter the community gardens there. They are a community space. And so we don't block them off, we don't fence them off. We also have our compost piles. So each garden has a compost pile, and we work with the community gardeners and the community to learn about the composting process. That's been really exciting because when you do compost right, it's not smelly, it's not gross, it turns into beautiful dirt. We call it black gold. And so we encourage our community gardeners to use those piles to throw away their weekly food waste that they might have from home, or the weeds that they get from the garden. And then they can then use the dirt that is created through the composting process in their garden plots. So again, it's connecting that whole food system. So. The next big project that's under the Grow Jamestown initiative is the Grow Jamestown Garden Fair. And I'm sure many of you have heard of that before. So the Grow Jamestown Garden Fair has been around. Next year will be our 10th year anniversary, which is super exciting. And it started under the Jamestown Renaissance Corporation as a way to connect all of the community members in our region that just love to grow and love to garden and want to share in that hobby and those resources and knowledge. It started with 14 vendors. And in 2019, which was our last in-person event, we had over 65 vendors, which was super exciting. And all of the vendors are garden themed or garden related, food system related. Our farmers from the farmers market attend the garden fair, local nurseries, landscapers. We have, like, you know, community groups like the Audubon or Roger Torrey Peterson. Cornell Cooperative Extension Master Gardener Program are a huge sponsor of the event, as is Mike's Nursery and the Resource Center. And this event, it's my favorite part of my job. I organized the event when I was still with the JRC, and it's my favorite part of my job because it takes a lot of work and a lot of planning, but it's such a wonderful event. There's, you know, and you might be thinking, well, I don't really like to garden. I don't, you know, that's not my thing, and that's okay. You know, what does this have to offer for me? I encourage you in 2022, when we can have the in-person event, to just come and check it out, see what it's all about. You know, you'll see so many people that you know in the community, but it's also an opportunity for you to learn something new. And it is free to the public. We're very dedicated to that because we want to make sure that everyone in our community can access these educational opportunities. And so not only can people have the opportunity to meet with local vendors and learn how they can either shop with them or work with them to improve their garden or their landscaping, they can also attend free workshops. So in 2019, we had 16 different educational sessions, again, free. Everything from, you know, learning how to grow tomatoes, the importance of soil health. We had Vince Liuzzo, the tree guy. He did a whole demonstration on how to maintain the trees on your property. And so we try to get a really good eclectic mix of experts in our area. Anything that has anything to do with growing. So not just growing vegetables, but flowers, again, that landscaping piece, and also the environment, how you can play a role in creating a sustainable environment. So, you know, we've had people talk about, you know, the importance of growing without the use of pesticides or herbicides, you know, ways that you can incorporate composting into your life to become more sustainable and contributing in a positive way to the environment. And so that's one of the huge values of this event, is the education piece. The other is collaboration. As I mentioned, you know, we have a variety of vendors and supporters of this program. So that's very important to us to promote what other groups are doing and connecting the community to them. And then it's also a way for us to support our programs through the various fundraisers that we have during the event. Vince Liuzzo is there every year with his chainsaw carvings, and he graciously donates whatever he creates for us to raffle off as a fundraiser. We always have raffle baskets that neighborhood groups put together. And so it's just another way that we can support the programs that we offer. So in 2021, we could not meet in person. Again, we couldn't in 2020. Actually, the event was canceled literally 2 days before, and I was so disappointed. But in 2021, we said, you know what, let's go virtual, because again, the big value is that education piece, and there's a way for us to do it virtually. And so we took that as an opportunity to bring in more regional speakers. Usually our speakers are within our community, which is fantastic, but we took the opportunity to be virtual to branch out. So we had 4 workshops. The first was with Grassroots Gardens of Western New York, which is the nonprofit that manages Buffalo's 115 community gardens. They did a presentation on community gardens and how to support them in your community. We had a presentation by a woman named Alexa Joan, who runs, she's a chef, and she does a lot of virtual educational workshops. She talked to us about the importance of supporting the food system, specifically to help individuals who are food insecure. And then we also had a few community members who touched on growing seedlings, and then Twan Leanders from RTPI. So we had over 50 participants per session, which was amazing. I was really pleased with that. And in a typical in-person event, we get over 2,200 people through the doors, because an event is a one-day event. So that's pretty exciting as well. So I encourage all of you to mark that event on your calendar. It's always the last Saturday in March, and we will be in person, all hopefully in 2022. Okay. So the next little project that's under the Grow umbrella is our Great June Seedling Giveaway. And actually this year started today. And that is where we work with area nurseries to receive donations of any seedlings that they were unable to sell to the community. And this was in response to, we realized at JRC that a lot of these area nurseries were composting these seedlings or just throwing them in the trash. And so as a way for us to reduce waste, we said, hey, you know, is there any way that you'd be willing to donate these seedlings that we could then give to the community? And so it's a great way for us to increase that access for community members who might not be able to afford seedlings. But we do also promote the fact that people can use their SNAP or EBT benefits to buy seedlings and seed packets. But there are still a lot of community members who cannot access them. So in a typical year, we get over 1,000 seedlings. And we just lay them out on the lawn in front of St. Luke's. They're first come, first serve. It's just another great way that we can encourage the community to invest in their community, invest in nature, and grow some delicious vegetables or beautiful flowers. And so I think they're all gone at this point. We put them out at 10 o'clock and we get a line of people waiting, but we will have more in the next few weeks to come. And this program is sponsored by Mike's Nursery, Troyer's Greenhouse, and the Garfield Road Greenhouse. And so the last thing I have here under the Grow umbrella is a new program that we're doing now that the gardens are under our purview, and that's what we're calling Events in the Gardens. And again, as I mentioned, you know, the gardens are a beautiful space for the community to gather. And so we're working with different community groups to offer educational opportunities around growing, gardening, and the environment. These are going to be free to the community. We will be accepting donations to help support the program. But we will be partnering with groups such as the Chautauqua Watershed Conservancy. They're doing our first event, which will be June 4th at 4 p.m. at the Lakeview Community Garden. And Carol Markham from the Chautauqua Watershed will be doing a presentation on native plants and the importance of incorporating native plants in your garden, whether that be, you know, a flower garden or just your ornamental plants. She'll be talking about how important it is to ensure that those plants are native so that you can encourage natural pollinators like the bees and butterflies in our area. So we're very excited for that. And we will be doing another event on June 24th at 6 p.m. with Clearwater Creek Compost, which is a business that actually will pick up compost from your home. So pick up your food waste and they compost it at their property, and then you will get compost dirt in return. So her name is Sarah Moeller, who runs that business, and she's the composting expert in this area. So we're excited to welcome her just to do an introductory presentation on composting and how you can do it easily at your home. So again, I mentioned collaboration. Another thing that we're doing with the help of volunteers is to catalog the different community gardens in our region, because we want to be a source of support for those gardens. And you know, if they have questions or just to help them sustain those programs, because the biggest challenge with the community garden is finding those champions who are going to be able to keep those programs to run in the long term. So we're working with groups like the Northside Pride Community Garden, School Gardens. Purcell has an amazing one. This photo here is of the Resource Center's garden. And so we're going to be working just to keep track of all the gardens that are being managed in Jamestown and lending our support as needed. So that's the GROW programs. There's a lot under there, but you know, we have a lot of opportunity to help impact our environment positively as well as our community. Community gardening has been shown to really improve individuals' livelihood, having significant impact on their health, and it's just a lot of fun. So I'm gonna just touch briefly on our other programs. We have our public market that opens June 12th. It runs every Saturday 10 to 2. In 2020, we serviced over 480 individual SNAP families and had a $47,000 local economic impact. So I encourage you to visit the public market. This year we're moving to 3rd Street, which we're really excited about. We'll be flat and we can expand. So we're gonna have 24 vendors opening day and averaging around that each week, which is significantly more than we've had in the past. So I'll also touch on our mobile market, which opens June 9th. And the mobile market is a way for us to bring fresh produce to community members in need, but anyone can visit and shop at the mobile market. It's really a way for us to just increase that access. And so we visit 4 different locations every Wednesday. We partner with groups like Silver Tree Seniors of Jamestown and the James Prendergast Library, and then our main sponsor, the Chautauqua Center, so that we can set up little pop-up farmers markets. And we're there at each stop for an hour. This year, we're very excited because it's the first year that we can accept food stamp benefits. And we're also collaborating with a group called Field and Fork Network out of Buffalo to offer the Double Up Food Bucks program. We also offer that program at the public market. And how that operates is for every dollar that an individual spends off of their food stamp card, they can get a $1 match for free. So it's a really great program. For the mobile market, we have serviced over 1,200 individual customers since our launch. 37% of our customers are 62 or older. And so we look at the mobile market as a great way to help increase food access for seniors specifically. And almost half of our customers are on SNAP. And so again, we're really excited that we can finally accept SNAP so that we can just continue to increase that accessibility. And then the final thing I have here is another new program that we're launching this year called the Eat Fresh, Do Good CSA. And so a CSA, if you're not familiar, is community supported agriculture. And traditionally what that means is an individual will make an investment in a farm, usually in the spring. And then in return, they get each week a bounty of whatever's been harvested. And it's just a way to support that farm for their startup costs for the season. And so what makes our CSA so unique is that instead of investing in one farm, you'll be investing in multiple, primarily to support the mobile market program. And so we're working with Abers Acres out of Kennedy and Hidden Valley Produce out of Frewsburg. And if you sign up for the CSA, I believe a few of you on this call have already, so thank you. If you sign up for the CSA, you will get every week a box of fresh produce. Everything will be picked that morning, and you can get it Wednesdays at St. Luke's between noon and 7. You can come and pick it up. And it's a great way for you to support local farmers, support the operational costs of our mobile market program, but also learn about the seasonality of fresh local produce in Western New York. You know, in the spring, you're gonna get some kale and peas, and radishes. And then, you know, as you go into summer, you're going to see tomatoes and peppers. Into the fall, you'll get your root veggies. So it's just a really fun way to try something new and learn about the local food system here in Western New York. So we only have a few slots left. And so if you're interested, I can drop the sign up sheet in the chat, and you can look at that and sign up. We're just really excited. Again, it's another way for us to increase that access for everyone. And the produce that you get through the CSA is the same produce that we sell at the mobile market. So we look at it as our entire community, no matter their background, socioeconomic status, no matter where they live, we're all eating the same food, and there's something really special in that. So I just want to take a moment to acknowledge our community partners. We work with so many, and we're so appreciative of their support. So we have Jamestown Renaissance Corporation and the Chautauqua Region Community Foundation are huge supporters of us this year, so we thank them. We also work with the Chautauqua Center, Novel Destination, Mike's Nursery, and the Resource Center are other big supporters of ours. And then we collaborate with a large group of community organizations such as Office of the Aging, the Mental Health Association, and the Jamestown Public Schools. And we collaborate in a variety of ways, whether that's conducting outreach at the schools or with local churches, working with Office of the Aging to promote programs that can help our customers, or like Molly here through Cornell Cooperative, we do cooking demonstrations right at the mobile market to help individuals learn how they can use the produce that they've purchased. So I thought I would just end it with sharing some of my favorite photos of the market. You know, I don't know if anybody has any questions or comments, but I'm happy to take them.
I have a question about the mobile market. Last year, I heard about it, and there was one spot down the street here, and I went a few times and got some real nice vegetables. And of course, I was always willing to pay, but one of the times I got the indication that maybe that wasn't designed for me because of my socioeconomic situation. And they kind of said, you can donate more if you want, which I think I did at that point. But I guess I'm just asking, is going down there and paying for the vegetables actually helping the program, or is that somehow taking away from people who might need those vegetables?
Yeah, thank you, Mark. This is a question we get a lot, and it's something that we're really working on trying to communicate the message to the community exactly how the mobile market operates. And so the mobile market is open to everyone, no matter your socioeconomic status. We never turn anyone away. The main goal of the program is to increase healthy food access. And a lot of people in our community, you know, lack healthy food access because of their socioeconomic status, whether that's they don't own a vehicle, they can't access public transportation, you know, or they're a senior who can't leave their home because of mobility issues. And so in that regard, you know, the bulk of our customers are individuals and community members most vulnerable. The reason that we price our products the way that we do, and we always price them below the traditional retail market value, is again to ensure that community members are able to access it. And so, you know, we look at a pay what you can kind of model. And so we have some community members like yourself, you know, who will make a donation when they purchase the fresh produce, you know, or pay more than the labeled price. But we also have community members who, you know, are homeless and who come up to us and say, all I got today is a quarter. You know, we'll work with them to get them some fresh produce. You know, so it's again, pay what you can, pay within whatever that may look like. Pay with whatever that may look like, whether that's your SNAP benefits or WIC checks, or, you know, or cash. And so we don't ever want you to feel like you're not welcome at the market, because you absolutely are. You know, we realize some people can't visit the Saturday market. We want everyone to invest local. So if you visit the market, it's absolutely supporting our program. And we just ask that if you are able to donate to the program, you know, that you do so within your means. You know, but there's other ways to support our program as well. Just like this, you know, just learning about what we're doing, sharing it with the community, volunteering, we have some opportunities. And so we hope that you come back this year. We won't be close to you like we were last year. We're not going back to North Main, you know, but we will be around the city at the library and that kind of thing. And so we hope that all of you have the chance to visit this year.
Thank you.
Other questions?
I was going to say, just don't forget the link for the CSA.
Yes, thank you so much. I will get that in there right now, and I appreciate.
Well, thank you. We appreciate your time. One of Rotary's major international programs is to eradicate polio in the world. We're down to 2 countries. We're this close, and in honor and thanks of your presentation to our club today, we're making a donation in your name that will vaccinate 4 children, and they'll
Wonderful.
never develop polio. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Week we are off. We're on vacation. It's Memorial Day, so get your flag out and visit your relatives alive and past. Thank your veterans. And the next time I see you, hopefully, unless you get an email from me, it's going to be at the DoubleTree.
Celebrating
right
birthdays.
What's that?
Birthday celebration that day too.
Yeah, birthdays. That's going to be a busy day, and I bet Greg's going to start rolling out some Paul Harris Fellows. So we'll see you. So we'll see you on June 7th. Contact me if you have any concerns or questions, but we'll be back in the big rooms up there on the 2nd floor of the DoubleTree. See you about 11:40. Yay!
Yay!
Wonderful.
See you later, everybody. Have a great week.
Bye-bye.